So as I'm pushing along, I can still feel a big amount of like bald tissue built up. You can see my thumb as I'm pushing. See, it's fine, 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 and my thumb jumps off. Fine, 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 thumb jumps right over. So that's excess buildup of tissue that's not necessarily supposed to be there. So now I'm going to start that 5 to 6 inches above, doing the middle, medial, and lateral, plowing my windshield wiper through, focusing on that quadricep tendon, carving around the patella to the patella tendon. It doesn't matter if you go outside to inside or inside to outside. Just remember to stay in your breath. If you feel like your body's kind of getting contracted while you work, stop, shake it out. Let yourself alleviate, because your clients will pick up that tension that you're giving off. Working my way down, just kind of shifting from the middle to the medial to the lateral. This mass right here is very thick. Like this would probably take me 3 treatments to break down.
What is
Matting of tissue. And so she's definitely damaged this in some way, where there's an excess buildup of scar tissue in this area, because this is thicker than it needs to be. Way thicker than the other side too, because I can see more bowing here. And if I push along her knee, I'm not jumping over me, because like I'm still putting the same amount of pressure as the other side, but see how I can come along and it's smooth? Watch this. I'm push, 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 fall right off. Push, 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 fall right off. It's very thick.
You know what? When I went into menopause, I fell lots.
You fell lots?
Lots. So I'm not sure exactly.
Which fall it was?
Yeah, exactly. And it's not like I wore heels or anything, because I didn't.
Yeah, she fell a lot when she went into menopause.
I don't drink.
She doesn't drink. Was she drinking a lot?
I drink water, lots of it. Even back then.
You didn't drink much back then either?
No, never.
Never
ever.
really? No.
Never, ever.
You've never had an alcoholic beverage?
I have.
She has had. But you've never like consistently had drinks.
No, I'm just...
Boring. No, I'm just
Exactly.
kidding.
I don't need that to light me up.
No, she's a lively woman. She doesn't need it.
Give me some good music, I'm good.
After 16. Okay. Start early, finish early.
However, I do remember once when we were on a motorcycle trip in the summer, wearing leathers and it's hot, and we stopped, and my husband got a bottle of red wine and I drank the whole thing. I never do that. And the next day, getting on the motorcycle, I was still kind of tipsy. Wasn't exactly. And we were going through BC, and there was like this from Nelson to, well, it's the best.
It's the best road for riding.
But not if you're hungover. No, it was like, get me off this, and it was raining.
It's already starting to peel apart, because she's been on a pretty damn alkaline diet for a long time. She hydrates well, she takes her nutraceuticals. So as I'm working in, it's already softening quite a bit. There's still a mass. Like I would still need to do a couple treatments, but it's opening up.
So a lot of clapping.
A lot of clapping to soften this tissue right in there. So now I'm carving. Like, see how my guide hand is isolating so much? I don't want to see that guide hand drift off, because there's so many ledges, crevices, and fosses in this area. My elbow naturally just wants to kind of go all over the place. So really isolate, hold, and carve around. Working that patella tendon. Coming up that lateral side. Once I feel like I was thorough with that, I would spend a little bit longer naturally.
So could you do it like in combination, like twice, 2 or 3 times, or should you?
Totally.
Oh, okay.
Totally.
So
Like if I
separate the two.
if I have time, you're gonna do 4 laps.
Okay. Around. So you're doing 1 and 2 together.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I just start from here and I kind of finish here, but as I work up back up, I got time, I'm coming back around. So now I'm gonna isolate her patella, and I kind of just make like an okay sign because the patella is pretty flush. And you're not gonna find too much unless they've like chapped, cracked, damaged their patella itself. So I isolate, place the elbow, and it's a very superficial work because there's no tissue depth. I'm directly on top of her bone. Spend about a minute or so doing that. Wonder bar. So I did everything from face to face. I'm gonna flip myself around, do it again from face to feet. So I'm sitting. So now I'm face to feet, and I'm going to do literally the exact same thing. I'm just pulling everything up, working down, middle, medial, lateral, carving around that patella. Back to the beginning. Yeah. Trying to hold my hand. So I'm starting right here. And just move. Like those hips have mobility. So if you feel like they're trying to retract and you're trying to get to a different area, just stop, pivot a little bit. And you can get in a little bit more. Carving around the side of her patella, working down to that patella tendon. And around the other side. Once I feel like I was thorough with that, I spend 5 to 7 minutes. Once again, isolate the patella itself, and I'm just going to scan over top of it. The inside, I worked my way down.
More closely right around the patella.
That's only what we're doing right now because we're doing the sides in fetal position because it's just around the ledge of the patella. As I worked my way around, all the way back up, isolate that patella and scan over top.
She likes that one.
It's not too bad.
She's not crying.
So now that I was thorough with that, I am going to do little effleurage massage, calm her back down, and we are going to get her onto like the fetal position. But the hip naturally rotates outwards, so I'm gonna do fetal position. I'm gonna do fetal position once with my body, and then I'll do her other side with the bolster, so you guys can see it both. So I'll remove the bolster for this one. Always have a towel over your lap for separation. So now she's gonna place that knee on me. If you're working with somebody and you're a smaller structure, like the practitioner is, and you're working on a large limb, this is fine because her foot's not gonna be putting any tension here because it's just her ankle. But if I saw that foot hanging out over here and as I was working, it was like flopping around, you're just gonna take that bolster to support it. So then that's it, like, so then there's no tension being pulled on in here. So this is where it gets a little bit more sensitive on that medial side, so I'm being more mindful that they're probably going to be reacting a little bit more. Starting, I'm going to be pulling everything up and in, then I'm going to flip around and I'll pull everything down and out. 5 to 6 inches above. See, and I'm hardly touching her right now, and she's like already like, I could feel her body just kind of raise up a little bit. So like, I'm going to try to go a little deeper, but not much. Carving my way all the way to the cusp of the knee. I'm not trying to get to the backside, but I'm all the way to the ledge of it.
So if like she has a little bit of varicosity right there, and if first she said it doesn't really bother her anymore, but if they were, you just avoid it, if they were sensitive, you know.
But if they're big and gigantic, just keep on going right over it.
They're going to be clapping them regardless afterwards. Work all the way down to that patella tendon.
And if somebody, will they go away in time if they have the varicose veins?
Depending, if they're on the verge of collapsing, no. If they're on the verge of collapsing and they're not really going to completely change over their diet, do all the like home like remedies for themselves, good luck. But like Jeremy, he was getting bad varicose veins, Serena's husband, and I was just been like working on his feet, his knees, and his hips. And he's like, I had like this big bad cluster, and he did like clapping after the 3 treatments for like 30 minutes, and they went away and they haven't come back. So they totally can. But he also, well, he probably wouldn't be doing it mindfully if it was just him. But Serena makes him take so many nutraceuticals and do a lot of the work. She's getting him on top of this stuff. So like his body is just kind of growing younger now.
Is he here?
Yeah, he leaves at the end of this week. He's either working or getting worked on. It's one or the other.
He does this too.
No, he's either working or getting worked on. He's a busy guy.
Outside?
So I'm going to flip myself over. I'm going in between the legs now, facing the other side. Rotate that out. And if I'm like, oh, I'm too far away, how do I get comfy, Sage? Shift up a bit. Tuck yourself up a little bit more. It's just these little positions that are going to make you able to do so much more. So now I'm starting at 5 to 6 inches above. I'm pulling everything down and out towards me. Opposite.
Nice one.
He's getting close to your, you can see
See, and like this mass, I have to really isolate with my guide hand, because if not, my elbow just wants to flick it. And I don't want to be flicking. I want to be carving chunks off of it. In one treatment, oh yeah. And like if you don't have enough confidence to push your clients, you're not going to get there. So if she came in and I was going to do a specific treatment, for the first maybe 2 treatments that I do on her knee, I might remove the back side, doing the back side of the knee to focus on the front side first. And so I would probably do like 20-ish, 30 minutes just on that front, pretty much what I've just shown you guys. And so you adjust the treatments accordingly. No, you're good right now? Okay. So as I carve my way down to that patella tendon, I'm pulling everything out to the cusp of the knee. I'm not coming to the backside, but I want to work all the way to the ledge. After I feel like I was thorough with that, I'm going to remove myself and I'm going to get her into fetal position on the lateral side. And this is why I do the medial side first, because she's still able to stay on her back and it was just an out turn. But now I have to in-turn the actual knee, so I'm going to get her into fetal position. Dr. Wolf, would you like to say anything, please?
This is my
Sneak
lucky
on
break.
in.
I have to get my 10 minutes of fame. Okay, so everything here is total logic. Do you notice how close he is to the patient, to the client? Understand something. What do they want us to do? They want us to be arm length away, or they just want us to do some microcurrent work. I have a doctorate in acupuncture. I don't use it because it's all about crystallization, it's all about scar tissue, and it's all about calcification.
And now they're just trying to get robots to do it for themselves. So we don't even have to touch you. I can get some device to touch you, but I'm just going to touch a couple things on this thing over here, and I'll watch it.
So everybody needs to get this. Like when I said this morning, I'm going to say it again. Bone on bone in the knee. The meniscus is tore. It's unrepairable. Listen, we all know that that my theories, my belief systems are all under attack right now. Okay? Just smile. Here's the deal. My son is going to tell you the truth. Lorraine is a master trainer. Lorraine, how many people that have been booked for knee surgery or came in with canes left with the canes if they took massive personal action and actually allowed us, and usually the first treatment, I'm telling you, the first treatment on a knee, the hip is a little bit different. Why? Because they were pooping in their pelvis and it got devastated. The spine, it got devastated. So the knee and the spine might take anywhere from 3 to 5 treatments, right, Sage?
Yeah.
That, I mean, the
hip and the
knee
spine.
and the hip. I mean, the spine and the
hip
hip.
and the spine.
The knee, 1 treatment to 3 treatments.
They're gonna see the craziest relief. Like I had a guy booked, this was a few years ago though, and he was like in his 70s, and I had a guy booked for knee surgery, I think it was like 17 days from now. And he was on the waiting list for like 2 years. And I did a treatment, and then I did a second one like 3 days before, and he's like, no, I'm just gonna cancel the surgery. He's like, it's not worth it. And then like 4 treatments later, he was still playing rec hockey with his guys. He like was going on crazy walks with his like girlfriend on beaches in Mexico, and was like, he had a new knee.
So I want everybody to say this, and I say things differently than any other practitioner because I'm different, more different than any other practitioner. Just get this. You can tell me you don't want to be part of it, but everybody that takes this course, we want you to give a money-back guarantee for every first treatment. Now, you can check with all the other master trainers when you come on the master training meetings how many people have refunded anybody. Do you want to know what people are? They are so appreciative. Some people will go into tears that they don't have to take their drugs, they don't have to go under the knife, they don't have to limp anymore. Understand something, that if you have a cane and you have that cane for more than 9 months, then it becomes a frenemy. It becomes part of your life, just like your belief systems. So you don't even notice the cane anymore. You don't notice that you're limping. So now you're limping because you've got a knee problem, but guess what? Now you're going to get a hip problem on the other side, or an ankle problem, because it's called pinball. So something's got to pick up for it, just like the person who says, you know, I'm adult onset diabetes and now I have to take insulin. Really? You just could have changed your diet and reversed it in 6 weeks. So let's make that perfectly clear. Understand something, that when you leave here, you're going to be coming up against everything out there. Think about all of the natural health body work stuff that's out there, and think about how many times you've been injured, your family's been injured, and their journey goes for years until they need the drugs and they need the surgery. And then you've got us, so either we're full of it, or we know something, because we're going to give you a money-back guarantee on the first treatment.
No.
Okay, and the reality is this: we have not had anybody go. Have you heard anybody go into surgery because of their spine, because of scoliosis, a slip disc, which there is no such thing, or anybody that said they had to have knee surgery because their bone on bone or the meniscus is torn so bad, or even the rotator cuff on the shoulder? Understand, guys, you need to know that you have the power. And that which created the universe, I hope and I believe, without being arrogant, is guiding us. Because how could we create something so simple and so logical? And everybody in the world can take their power back. There, that was my 10 minutes of fame. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, so I showed you how to do the medial side with my body. I can do the lateral side with my body too as well, but I want to show you guys with the bolster what it'll look like. So I'm going to slip myself out.
I can't remember. So you do the in this side. And
You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life?